Greetings friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Alicia and in today's video, I'm talking about Disney World, more specifically Disney World Solo. So if you are interested, then keep on watching. Also, I'm gonna have everything in chapters down below, so if there's a specific thing that you are looking for, there will be timestamps so that you can just click on it and go right to that chapter. I am not a pro by far. I would like to think I am because I'm always thinking about what I would do if I went solo. I've only been one time and that was in 2018, so it is way overdue. And I talked briefly about that solo trip in this Disney Christmas tree video, and I talked just a little bit about that trip, but that was such a momentous trip for me. If you've never traveled by yourself or you are looking to travel by yourself, I would definitely recommend going to Disney World, especially if you like Disney World. So if you are kind of interested in hearing a little tiny bit about my 2018 trip, I will leave the link down below for that video. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about several different things. I'm gonna touch on transportation, dining, single rider, and something extremely important that I wish I would have talked about in my pack with me for Walt Disney World video, where I pack for my family of 5, giving you some tips and tricks with little ones for the plane and while you're at Disney. This is a big deal and I wish I would have talked about it. It pertains to dining. So where are you going? No. So let's get right into the very first thing I want to talk about, and that is transportation. I am flying. I live in California. Most people do fly into Disney World. A lot of people drive down, but I do think the majority of people tend to fly into Orlando. So at the beginning of January 2022, Disney got rid of the Magical Express, or some people call it Tragical Express, because when they're leaving the resort to go to the airport, it's a tragedy. So they got rid of that. So what do they have now? There are several options that you could do whenever you land at Orlando International Airport to get to your Walt Disney World Resort. The first being Mears Shuttle. So I am taking Mears Shuttle, and I'm taking that because it is a 24/7 service. So anytime your flight gets in, regardless of the time, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you will have a shuttle going to your resort. Now you can purchase this as a one-way ticket, which is what I am doing. It is $16 one way to my resort, or $13.50 per child. Or if you're trying to do round trip, you just multiply that by 2. But basically you go to the Mears website, you make a reservation through there, you put in your flight information, the time you're gonna get there, and they will send you an email confirmation. Now the other shuttle that you could take is what's called the Sunshine Flyer. It is, I think, $1 more expensive for adults, $1 cheaper for children if you decide to go that route, but they are not 24/7. I think the last shuttle that leaves the airport is 11 p.m. So if your flight gets in after 11 p.m., you don't get to use it, basically. So there are those 2 shuttles that I would personally look into if you are going solo. The other option is definitely Rideshare. Now I think I'm gonna be doing a Rideshare from the resort to the airport whenever I leave, just to kind of compare experiences, how quickly I leave the resort and whatnot, and the price, of course. I think it's actually cheaper to do the shuttle route, at least going there for that time of night. I was kind of playing around with the app and I noticed that it was surging at that time. So I will let you guys know about that in a later video. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, please do so right now. Just click the little red button down there. It is free to subscribe to my channel so you can get all of my future Disney videos. Okay, I want to talk about dining. I am all about food. If you are new to my channel, I love cooking. I love showing what I'm going to be making with all the food that I buy from my grocery hauls. So of course, doing Disney solo means that I can eat where I want to eat, when I want to eat, how often I want to eat. It is fantastic and I am super excited. Now, dining at Disney, it can be awkward, or dining anywhere in general solo could be awkward if you're a little uncomfortable with that. I highly recommend going to the bar of any nicer table service restaurant and sitting down there and ordering your meal. Generally with Disney, you want to make dining reservations. Now for solo, you can definitely, especially for those more popular restaurants. What I should have talked about on my last Disney video is a website called mousedining.com, and I will link that down below. They basically have a free reservation finder. So you set an alert up on your account for a particular restaurant. Because my husband is joining me and I didn't really think about making reservations, I was like, very last second, I was like, okay, maybe I do want to eat at that new Topolino's restaurant. Of course, there's no reservations a week out. So what I ended up doing was I went to mousedining.com. I told them that I wanted on this date, around this time, a reservation for 2, so I set an alert. Wouldn't you know, the very next day, I received an email saying there is an opening at around the time that you're wanting for 2 people, go get it. They don't do it for you, you have to do it yourself. I would definitely have the alerts notification set on your phone to receive the emails, so that as soon as you see that notification pop up on your phone, you go on your Disney World app, you go to the restaurant, you find that open reservation and you book it immediately. That is how I got Topolino's restaurant like a week out from my trip during spring break. So that is how I got that. If you are late to the game on making reservations, or let's say you get on at the 60-day mark and one of the restaurants like Be Our Guest or Cinderella's Royal Table, if that's not available, I would immediately go and sign up for alerts through mousedining.com. People are constantly changing, modifying their trip, so they're letting reservations go, they're changing their plans. So I would constantly either look on the app and sign up for a mouse dining alert. As far as reservations go for 1 person, you really generally don't need to make a reservation unless it is at a really popular restaurant like Cinderella's Royal Table, Be Our Guest, Le Cellier, Space 220. Those types of restaurants, I would definitely make a reservation 60 days out. However, if you are solo, a lot of these table service restaurants have a full bar. Generally, you could go up and ask for a seat at the bar, and it may or may not be that long of a wait. However, I did make 1 reservation for myself, and I still want to eat at the bar though, and that is for Jico's. They just opened up back in February, and that is my favorite restaurant. So I'm going solo, and I'm very excited about that. I would definitely recommend mousedining.com, not only for your solo trip, but for your family trip as well. I'm gonna talk about packing real quick. In my last video, I talked about packing cubes. I had 2 different sets of packing cubes. I had a Begal brand and a Veckin brand. For my trip, this trip, I am taking the Begal pink ones. Now, I like these because they're 6 packing cubes, and of course the Veckin also has 6 as well, but that means there's 6 different sizes in here. For these 6, there are only 3 different sizes. I like these a lot. Now, they're basically the same, almost the same. I just prefer these. Now, do I really need packing cubes for a solo trip? Yes. And here's the reason why. I am literally resort hopping every single day of my trip. Here's my itinerary. You can see I am moving quite a bit. Now with the packing cubes, they are definitely gonna help me keep organized. Also, I don't want to feel like I'm living out of a suitcase. I'm not gonna be keeping all my clothes in the suitcase. I would like to unpack and pretend that I'm actually on vacation, even if I'm only staying in that room for like 20 hours or something. I highly recommend these packing cubes. Honestly, any brand of packing cubes, just something to keep you organized and you sane. I will link both of them down below, but I really like these ones. So I mentioned that I am resort hopping. I am staying at All-Star Movies, Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House, Bay Lake Towers over at the Contemporary Resort, and lastly, Beach Club. Now that is quite the itinerary. I did that on purpose. I could have booked an entire trip all at one place, but I personally, I love resort hopping, and that is one thing about solo trips, is that you can stay wherever you want, especially if you're a DVC member, which is a Disney Vacation Club timeshare. You get so many points per year, and then you can use these points basically at any of the Disney resorts, at the deluxe Disney resorts. So I like to experience all the hotels, and there will be videos of room resort tours coming up, so please subscribe to my channel. So the question is, how am I getting my stuff from one resort to the next to the next? What Disney does for you is they transfer all of your stuff. So for instance, let's say you are doing a split stay in the middle of your trip, but you need to hit up a park at a park opening. So you don't want to spend time checking out of that room, going to your next hotel, checking in, all that good stuff. You're wasting valuable park time. So what you do is you would go down to Bell Services and you would say, I am checking out, but can I please have my stuff moved from this resort to whatever resort that you're moving to. Now, they will only do this with luggage. They will not do this with perishable groceries. They used to do this a long time ago where they would move all of your perishable groceries for you as well, but they do not do that anymore. So if you do have a grocery delivery for your stay and there's like milk and eggs and whatnot, they're not gonna move that for you. You unfortunately are gonna have to take that with you yourself. But if you do not have any of that stuff with you, you will be good to go. You will just have to let them know what resort you're staying at. So then you can just go to the park, and then when you're done with your park day, you go to your new resort, you check in, your luggage should be there. I think they give you an estimated time. They usually say it's like in the afternoon or something, which is generally not an issue with people, especially if they're at the parks. So then you would just go to your new resort, check in, and your luggage should be there. But I just wanted to let you know that there are options that if you are wanting to do split stays within the Walt Disney World Resort, you are able to do it, and Disney can help you with that. All right, here are some other necessities I'm taking with me. 2 of these products I should have taken on my last trip. I'm including them here though, because just in case. And that is some of these Band-Aids that are made specifically for your heel in case of blisters. I'm also gonna be bringing some moleskin just in case. Now, I did not wear new shoes to Disney on my past trip. I don't know what happened there, but I did get blisters and I had to put Band-Aids on them. And I did bring Band-Aids with me, just regular Band-Aids, but those didn't really hold up as well. So I'm thinking these will do very good. I looked at the reviews on Amazon and they were really, really good. Also, I like to always carry these anyway in my bag, but I got an extra one just to wipe down any surfaces like on the plane. Now, because I'm in the studio villas during my entire stay, I do not have the luxury of having a washer and dryer in my room. So I'm not bringing this whole thing. They usually sell like the travel pods, but they didn't have any, so I just have a big bag, but I am just gonna take maybe 5 of them with me in a little plastic baggie in case I decide to do laundry. Now, every resort does have a laundry room, and I think that it might be like either $2 to $3 per load of laundry. So I do plan on doing it at least twice, because I like to not have to have so much dirty laundry to bring home with me. So I am bringing these. And then I have just some snacks here for the plane, some beef jerky, some nuts, and then I have like this protein-ish bar thing. I don't know, we'll see how that tastes. I do have 2 of the individual oatmeal servings for the room in case I decide to have like something right when I wake up in the mornings. And then of course the very last thing I am bringing that is an absolute necessity is some Tylenol. You just never know when a headache will strike. These travel cases are absolutely amazing. I've used them so many times already. This one is a makeup bag, and you will see how much I use it because it's so dirty, but I love it so much. And then up here is like a little flap right here for any brushes you have, and then this right here is a removable like divider. So I like to put like my eyeliner and my eyebrow pencil like back there so it doesn't get lost within the other makeup area. I really need to clean this, but I'm definitely taking this. I love bringing this along with me. I wanted to talk about this bathroom caddy. I love this so much. It does have like a little hanger right here so you can hang it up either over your shower or like on a rod in your bathroom. And it's super large right here. It carries all of my toiletries. There's 2 zippers. You can see like I keep things in here that I would just usually use on vacations. So I always keep stuff in here, but there's a lot of pocket space and it holds quite a bit of stuff in here. I purchased these travel bottles on Amazon. I think there's supposed to be one more of these. I'm trying to locate it, but I like taking these because I love skincare products, but I don't want to take the whole bottle with me. So what I do for like my essence, I'll put like what I need, the amount I would like in here. Same with shampoo and conditioner. And I love these little pots. I use a oil-based cleaner, and so the product is really big, and I don't want to have to bring the whole thing with me. So I just scoop out what I need and I place it in these little pots. You can do the same thing for eye cream or any other lotions that you have, but I love these little guys. These are going into that toiletry bag. I am starting to lay out my stuff to pack. I have pretty much all my outfits laid out. I am bringing 2 pairs of pajamas and a couple of nice outfits right here for dinners. I need to get more hats. I do not have enough hats, and these I've had for so long. I'm gonna keep my eye out for a new hat. I'm sure I'll find something. I got this really cute bathing suit. I'm hoping to do a pool day at Beach Club and probably Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm hoping, we'll see. And of course, I've got to bring the magic band. That's a must. And I decided to bring an umbrella just in case, because you never know with Florida, it can rain like in an instant. So I have this like really small umbrella. I got it off of Amazon. I'm bringing this for the pool as well. This is a swimsuit cover up. I use this for Vegas. I loved it so much. It is perfect. And then I am going to bring this beach bag along. I'm bringing it for the pool. It is lined. I love this so much. It worked out so well when we went to Vegas, and whenever I just went by the pool, just stuck all my stuff in there. Love that stuff. I'll link that if you guys are interested, but very excited to get some pool time. I'm going to bring a book and read and relax and just hang out in the sun. so excited for this trip, and I'm gonna start packing. Oh, and I wanted to bring one more thing, and that is this. I never get to wear it because when I have kids with me, small bags like this just do not work. So I'm bringing this just in case I decide to switch out from a backpack to a smaller bag, like maybe during the evenings or something. But I rarely get to use this cute little Dooney cross bag, so I'm really thrilled that I get to bring this out of my Disney vault. And I mentioned this in my last video, but when you get the packing cubes, they come like in an actual packing cube bag. So I actually am keeping these and using these like for either dirty laundry or like to pack just other miscellaneous items in. So when you get your packing cubes, if you decide to order them, they come in these. Definitely keep these because you can use these for pretty much anything.
I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights.
So I am bringing a carry-on with me and a checked luggage because Southwest is amazing and they check bags for free. So what I'm doing here is this is actually going to be going into my carry-on luggage because in the past our luggage has been lost. So in this packing cube right here, I have some pajamas and my outfit for the park for the next day and shoes. Just in case something happens with my luggage, at least I have some clothes to wear to the park. So I'm going to put this packing cube into my carry-on luggage and then pack the rest in whatever cubes I have left. I am back from my Walt Disney World trip and it was amazing. I have a few videos coming out soon, but I wanted to update here about transportation. So as I mentioned, I took the Mears Connect shuttle on my way into the Walt Disney World Resort from the Orlando airport. My flight arrived at Orlando at around 9:50 p.m. on a Saturday night. So by the time I picked up my luggage and made it to the Mears Connect area, which by the way is the exact same area as the Disney's Magical Express was. They just changed like the look of everything, but it is in the exact same spot. It's Terminal B. So if you're Southwest, you have a trek. I'm just gonna say that. Once I got there, it was very easy to check in. They asked for my QR code that I received on my email. I showed that to them, they scanned it, and then they placed me into a line where I waited and waited and waited some more. I waited probably about 50 minutes or something. I wasn't doing a very good job of like keeping track of time. I did it based off of the couple behind me because she called somebody and was complaining about how long that she was in line, and she had said about 45 minutes and she showed up like 5 minutes after me. It was quite a wait, I will say that. And people were getting frustrated in other groups. Two groups actually ended up leaving the lines because of how long they had waited. Their kids were getting super tired, which I totally get. It was late at night. You know, you're trying to just hurry up and get out of the airport. You had a long travel day. You're just trying to get to your hotel. I do understand the frustration. I get that Mears has like a schedule that they have to keep with, and that they can only put so many people on these vans and buses, which by the way, I only saw one charter bus show up, which is like those really big charter buses, and they only filled it up with like 8 to 10 people. So they were not filling the buses up. Again, I understand that they're only going to certain places and they can't just put everybody on a bus and then just start, you know, driving around the Walt Disney World Resort, because it is massive and they have areas where specific buses and vans go to. By the time my van showed up, they could only fit, the vans only fit about maybe 10-ish people. In the line that I was originally placed in, I was placed with the All-Star Resorts. So it's All-Star Movies, Sports, and Music, and Pop Century was also on there as well. When we all got into the van, I was not the first stop. In fact, I was the very last stop. The order that it went in whenever we entered the van, he verified with everybody where everyone was going to. So the very first drop off was Pop Century, and then it was All-Star Sports, and then All-Star Music, and then the last one was mine, All-Star Movies. So by the time that I actually got in line, got off the van at All-Star Movies, it was approximately, I'm trying to look at the photos I took, it was approximately 12:21 when I was on the grounds of All-Star Movies and taking like a little bit of video. That is how long it took to actually get to my resort. So while I was waiting in line, I decided just for fun to see how much it would be to take an Uber or a Lyft from the airport at that time. You guys, It was insane. And I thought maybe my phone was messing up, but it was confirmed with the people behind me that were complaining, looking to maybe get a rideshare as well, and they saw the prices too, so it was definitely not my phone. Check these prices out. For Lyft at 10:52 at night, it was $62 to get from Orlando to my resort. For Uber, it was $75. I could not believe the pricing. It was definitely surging. My experience overall was not that great. However, because it was just myself, I was not taking care of any kids or worried about any of that. I was fine with waiting, especially for that price that I paid. And plus I gave a tip to the driver. He was awesome. But the price I paid was very cheap in comparison to the ride shares that I could have potentially gotten. Oh my gosh, had I not booked the shuttle. So that was my experience with Mears. However, I also booked my husband with Mears to come and meet me. He flew in on a Monday night. It was super late. It was like 11:50, I think his flight got in. His experience was drastically different from mine. He was meeting me at Bay Lake Tower. That was where I was staying at. So they put him in a line, and he said he didn't even really wait in line. He was in line for under 5 minutes. They placed him on a van. A couple came in after him. He said there was one girl already on the van, and they pretty much took off. There was 5 people total that left, and he was the very first drop off. But I'm not sure if it was because it was so late at night, the drop off, he told me, was a little random. He said that the drop offs for him were Bay Lake, Caribbean Beach, and Saratoga, and I'm pretty sure that is all over the place. So I don't know if they were just trying to get whoever on board and then just go from there. But when I arrived on Saturday evening, there was a lot of people. I shouldn't say a lot of people, but there was a good amount of people for that time of night. So they definitely couldn't have just rounded us all up and then started taking us. So his experience, he said, was awesome. It was definitely hit or miss with us, 50-50, and that's the reviews that I've been reading online. I do want to try Sunshine Flyer one day if my flights ever coordinate with their times. Okay, so now I want to talk about using an Uber from the Walt Disney World Resort going to Orlando International Airport. So our flight was at 9:45 a.m. on a Thursday morning, and we were staying at Beach Club Villas. By the time we got all of our luggage and made it out to the area where rideshare picks you up, it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. We put in a request. It was $44 to get from Beach Club to the airport, and pickup was in under 5 minutes. So we had a wonderful experience. Pricing was similar to Lyft, but we just decided to go with Uber. It would have been slightly cheaper had we booked with Mears or Sunshine Flyer, but remember, with Sunshine Flyer and Mears, I think they have to pick you up about 3 hours before your flight. So you don't really get to choose your time. It's definitely 3 hours before your flight, which to us is a little too early, especially since it's just the 2 adults. With the children, I guess I understand that you want a lot for extra time at the airport through security and all that good stuff. So that is why we chose a rideshare. Honestly, it was worth that extra $5 to be able to wake up when we really wanted to wake up and not be at the airport super early, and then have a direct drive. Whereas if we did take Sunshine Flyer or Mears, there could have potentially been other pickups along the way. We wouldn't have just gone from Beach Club straight to the airport. Definitely recommend Uber or Lyft if you are looking at it. And to me, the price was definitely worth it. And the very last thing that I want to discuss is the single rider lines at Disney World. I didn't make use of them on my trip because I was enjoying the atmosphere way too much, but I do want to let you know that there are 4 rides at Disney World that you could get on if you are going solo. And those 4 rides are Test Track at Epcot, you have Expedition Everest over at Animal Kingdom, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at Hollywood Studios, and Rockin' Roller Coaster over at Hollywood Studios as well. So I have done a solo rider before on all of these rides except for Millennium Falcon, and they do tend to go really, really fast. I don't know why they don't offer it for like Avatar Flight of Passage. I feel like that would be a great single rider. I wish they would do it for that ride. I would be on it all day long, literally all day long. That is my favorite ride. But basically for single rider line, what you would do is you would go up to the cast member at the entrance of a ride, of one of these rides, and you would tell them I'm single rider, and then they would put you through and you would be placed on the next available seat. So your wait time can be drastically lower than the scheduled wait time that they have. Also, with these single rider lines. You don't have to be solo. Me and my husband, for instance, we were debating about getting on Test Track, and what we were gonna do is just go through this single rider line and then just be split up. More than likely we were gonna be split up. We were not gonna be ride together, but at least we can get on that ride just to experience it. But that is the option as well if you're looking to ride those bigger rides and to try to get on very fast. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that these tips combined with my packing for Walt Disney World video are able to provide you with enough information for your next Disney World trip, whether that be with your family or solo, which I so recommend you go solo if you are a huge Disney fan, because it is just so rejuvenating, and being able to change plans whenever you want to change plans or add to your plans or do whatever you want to do is so nice. I highly recommend doing it. I hope I can do it again sooner than later. And if you guys really did enjoy this video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for future Disney videos. I have some more Disney videos in the making, so get ready. And we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.